Bingo. It looks, for all purposes, like everything except for the game sound is working so far so good. I will fill you in on all of the internet dramas, trials, tribulations, and everything I've had for the last 4 or 5 days. And hopefully everything's going to go well tonight. Fingers crossed it's all going to work. It's nice to be back, and we're going to be harvesting our potatoes that we planted. Axelson's floating around somewhere. We've got Hyper in the server. But here you go. These are the ones that we planted a few streams ago. And I did them with the headlands the way we'd do them when we used to grow potatoes. So it's kind of cool to see it all now and ready to go. Back over the other side, if you recall, we harvested potatoes in this field a couple of streams ago too, and they're all back to growing. So yeah, feels like a while since I've been on the server, been doing any streaming, but here we are. Back into it. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is to wherever you are. Nice to have you here. Welcome along. Jimmy, sorry you can't join, mate. And University Induction Day, though, that's rather exciting. I'd be keen to hear a bit more about what you're studying and going to university to be inducted into. Very cool. G'day, John. You're back to work, so you're not staying either, but you stopped in to say hello. Much appreciated. Hopefully some of you hanging around. Hey, Eric. Good to see you. Axelson is here. He's only here for about 45 minutes to help out, though, so... but nice to have you in here as well. Welcome along, Yoran. Good day to you, my friend. Nice to see you. Craig, good evening, mate. Welcome along. Incendiary, hello to you. And Ryan, hello as well. Have a check out Discord, because Ryan shared a couple of photos of some equipment from, was that the Henty Ag Show, Field Days, or whatever it was. Henty, that's in Australia, right? But an image of the new 9RX. As well as your big Bolzer grain cart that you're getting. That's an impressive piece of kit. Very impressive. Hey, if it isn't Ford Ag, how you doing? One of the goats. Well, coming from one of the goats, that is a rather nice compliment to be paid. So thank you, mate. Nice to see you. Welcome along at Henty. Here we go. Awesome set toys. Look at the size of those tyres. Yeah, we haven't actually changed it. We should have, but haven't got arrows on that. But that's all right. But pretty big. Part of the challenge on this map was to stick to medium size equipment, so no large tractors, which we've managed to do so far. Bar the straw harvest, we had to jump into that. So yeah, there we go. Axelson, you can drive the harvester if you want to. I don't mind doing some hauling and that for a little bit, and then when you leave, I can jump into the harvester if you want. You listening? There he is. He's listening. G'day Ben, how you doing? See you, good to see you. Well, I was holding my wrist really funny because I'm using the joysticks on the steering wheel. Had the green case 7852, the Steiger. Was that on the 785 sets on the tracks too? Interesting. I wonder if they've got multiple of those floating around the world. Rather than having one that they had in the States. Assuming they wouldn't bring one just to Australia from the States, surely they would have had one here. Interesting. Good to see you just hanging around while I'm blended per usual. Nice one. Right. Well, let's jump up and what are we going to use? Should we use the Deutz? So we've spent lots of time in a Fent, right? It's a beautiful tractor. Don't know what buttons to press. This way. Here we go. Yeah, just take the ends off. Yeah, that's exactly how we do it. Take the ends off, and that gives us turning space rather than going round and round like you might have normally. So, long day down here. Long day for you down south, is it? We've had a wet day today. It's actually been a wet and windy last wee while. Typical spring weather here in New Zealand. 4 seasons in one day. You can have sunshine, rain, wind, it can blow, it can be calm, all sorts. It just keeps you on your toes. But the prize at the end of it is summer, so I'm not going to complain. And it was it the equinox today or yesterday? Might have been yesterday actually. It was equal length day, night and day. It's kind of cool. Finish, give it a hand when you finish. Yeah, no worries, Hyper. All good. It has just gone 9 PM here for me, Eric. But daylight savings for New Zealand this week as well, so we'll be making a bit of a shift in our time zone back to, we spring forward and a lot of Northern Hemisphere will fall back, so we'll go from, I think it's 13-hour time difference between the UK at the moment, back to a 11-hour time difference in a month or so, which would be kind of nice. It's alright, Ben. No dramas. We haven't actually leased another harvester, so one might just about do us anyhow. So we've got all the potatoes when we harvested this field. They're all still sitting in storage. So yeah, I think we talked about it. We might just run these straight down to the sell point, the farmers market down the end of the road, that way, spin around. Farmers market down there is where we're going to sell them. So makes sense. We might as well just run around and do that. Yeah, I saw that. So we've planted that again. I think these two fields will probably just go round and round of potatoes. So what was that? 36% full on 2 laps. So I might go down the other end and then we can unload on that sort of headland pass, headland gap. Let's see how we go. So far so good on the Starlink. Do you know what's interesting? Look at my connection to the server. Oh, of course you can't unload on the move. That's alright. I'll get into a better position to unload it. My connection to the server is better through Starlink than it was through my terrestrial, well, my local internet, which is surprising actually. Surprising, but not surprising at the same time, I guess. So anyhow, let's just get rid of that. So I'll go through the trials and tribulations of Arxie's internet in the past wee while. I had a phone call on Thursday last week from a technician who said, oh, I'll take it, I'll step it back a step. April last year, the internet service provider I was using, which was a small one-man band kind of thing, he'd set up basically an ISP. He wanted fibre speeds, but he couldn't get them because he lived rurally, much like we do. So he actually went and set himself up like basically an internet, an ISP, his own ISP, set up a transmitter on the, I think he was using one just quite close to where he lived, and he was basically broadcasting wireless, from a fibre connection, and then using wireless to connect to that. And his neighbours all liked it, and when he showed them at, I don't know, a dinner party or something, they were like, well, this is cool, how do we get this? So he's like, well, I'll set it up for you, and it kind of grew and grew from there, which is what we got onto. Anyhow, come 2024 last year, he sold his business to another local ISP, a much bigger one that's been around for a long time, very focused on local. They've invested quite a lot in different things. They have their own wireless solutions, which I have been on previously. So, handed it over, nothing changed for me, still paying the same amount, still paying into the same bank account, everything was exactly the same, up until last Thursday. I get a phone call from this installer, this tech, and he's like, all right, I've got a job, I need scheduled, I need to come and change over some of the hardware that you've got at your place to suit the hardware that we use. So to basically bring in line with the new ISP. And I thought nothing of it. I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I won't be there. Mrs. Owens will be around. You can come in, she'll let you in, show you where you need to go to what you need to do. So I came around on Friday, did all of that. I got home on Friday evening and jumped on the computer and I thought, my internet is dreadful. What on earth has happened? Started doing a few speed tests and I was like, this doesn't add up. What's going on with this? Played around with it a little bit more, kind of gave it till Saturday to sort of see if it would sort itself out. Saturday came around, nothing had changed, was doing some more speed tests, still seemed really slow. So I decided to, he gave me a letter, they gave us a letter with a login, and I was like, okay, I'll log in and see. And so I logged in, and the plan that they'd changed our plan. We'd gone from being on basically a 50 meg down, 50 meg up plan, which is what the rural wireless solution I was on, to effectively a 25 down, 5 megabit per second up. And as you can imagine, when I'm trying to stream it, well, it's just dropped a few frames now, but it's trying to stream, I have a bit setting of 5,500 kilobits, so basically 5.5 meg I'm trying to upload at a time. Didn't cut it. So I was pretty disappointed that, one, they hadn't let me know, two, that there was Or what, mainly that they hadn't let me know that this was going to happen. So anyhow, we're trying out Starlink tonight. For the first time I'm actually running Starlink wired. Always tried it out wirelessly. This time we've gone with a wired connection. I remember having all these hassles last time. We're going to have the same problems again, are we? Goodness. So yeah, anyhow, we'll see how we go. See if we can see how the stream lasts. It's dropped a few frames, but so far so good. I was reading some settings about trying to set it up with a variable bitrate. Mrs. Prof actually suggested to me getting in touch with Starlink. She's heard of other people who've said to them they want to be able to stream videos, basically, and they can change some settings around to try and give you a better shot of it. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyhow, I'm going to turn around and see if we can go the other way and try and attack it from there. This is frustrating. I know it did it last time, but let's see. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently keyframe. I haven't changed keyframes, that's interesting. Yeah, Starlink wired is heaps better. I was actually blown away. I did about 3 or 4 speed tests in the last couple of hours, and I've been getting 70 down and 40 to 50 up. So, kind of happy with that. Ah, yeah, caramba. So anyhow, we'll keep experimenting. We'll see how tonight's stream goes. How many frames we might drop. See if I can go and jump in and make a difference. I know we had to do this last time. Yeah, we used this trailer last time, Eric. I don't know what we did to manage to fix it. It kind of just happened. And then it didn't cause any more problems. Then it was kind of like just had to adjust the conveyor on the end a little bit to make it work. I don't know what the problem was. Annoying though. I remember that. All at once. Anyhow, that's my issues. That's my story for tonight. Fingers crossed. It's going to work much better. Now we're going to try the other trailer. No different there. Funny how we've got exactly the same issue and then it just suddenly solved itself last time. Love the beard. Love the lazy, haven't had a shave in a wee while. This is mildly frustrating. Yeah, I don't know what's this, why it's doing this. We tried all sorts last time, and then it just worked. Is there something we did? Move bunker down. And this is my one from last time. Can't do a force unload either. Ah, goodness. Exclamation mark meat though. Exclamation mark meat. That would be a good reminder though. Anyhow, Mrs. Prof, it is great to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Good to see you this evening. Appreciate you being here. I know it's late at night for you at the moment. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Wrong side of meat, Axelson. Didn't unload here now. Still didn't want to unload. Ah, okay. Even if I can go, I can't even get it to unload to the ground. Okay, well, let's have a look and see if this makes a difference. No. Ah, humbug. $40 to $50 up. Yeah, it was. It's not bad. I've dropped a few frames. It's not holding steady, but it seems pretty good. I've heard. Yeah, I was saying earlier, someone suggested using the variable bitrate, and then the stream will adjust depending on the speed of the internet a little bit, and you can keep it going. So we'll see. We'll have a bit of a play around. What else we did last time? The funny thing is, it won't actually. It just started working last time. I'm excited to see my blanket share. Should be in Auckland, but your flight was cancelled. I heard it had been a bit foggy up in New Plymouth. Is that still the root cause? Yeah, I've tried that already. Another shot. It's the fact it won't even do a unload to ground. Yeah, I mean, we can lose 12,000. It's not going to hurt it. We don't have a mobile Canacon for this too. Like if I can get it to dump to ground, then it's going to solve all our worries. I need to apologise, shit. The fact you've gone to the effort to create something for me, and taking your own time to do that is more than enough. Arrive 10 minutes after your return flight departed. Typical, right? Typical. Adjust the angle of the unload. Yeah, we did, didn't we, Craig? We tried a whole lot of different things. It wouldn't let me unload there. We went for the Cub Cadet. Nice choice, Ryan. Nice choice. That's actually what my old man ended up. He got Cub Cadet. So we've got a different trailer now, have we, Hyper? See, again, the conveyor's going, it wants to unload, but it's just not. Let's try, I'm just going to suggest another option, let's swap tractors. I wonder if it wouldn't be the silly weight I've got on the front or something, would it? Let's change to... No, let's swap tractors and find out. Maybe... 60 warranty Kawasaki B254 inch deck sold for you. 54 inch deck would be nice, that's for sure. Alright, Hyper, get in there. Get in there and see what happens. Otherwise, we're going to go and release it self-propelled and just use that. Tractor? What do you know? Well, bonkers. That makes sense. It makes complete sense, right? Absolute complete sense. It wouldn't surprise me if it's some conflict with that weight, front mounted weight, but who knows. Anyhow, there we go. We've got it sorted. That's a good start. Or should I change hats? I should put my Fent hat on. Anyhow. Andre, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, there's still some tickets floating around. I'm the problem. Thank you, Bo. Yeah, definitely still some tickets. Still plenty of tickets for that. So all I can do is encourage anyone who is planning on coming, please do let me know sooner rather than later. I need to have some idea on numbers, and it's going to come around really, really quick. It's going to come around really, really quick. Oh, there we go. Good or none. How was football? Yeah, it's not there. Thank you. Exelson's saying it's not me because when he was in the Vulture, it wasn't working either. You'll try to get your act together soon. Thank you, Bo. Managed to change some plans and come down for the day. Do you know what? I had seen you'd bought some tickets, Craig. That's awesome that you're going to that effort. Hope it's worth it. I do hope it's worth it. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Further example of simulating farming. Not everything goes as well as it should. That's one way to look at it, right? Things don't always work out together, do they? It's $20. $20. And that's for the mainly for the cost of the museum, and so I can give you all some food and something to eat and drink, so you leave happy and contented, because you know doesn't like food. But yeah, football. Getting back to your question about football. Football on Sunday was cool. It was a tournament. The boys did really well. It's a frustrating tournament because they have 7 teams in your pool, but you only play 4 of them. And so we ended up not playing the 2 best teams, but we had 1 loss against another team that we probably shouldn't have lost to. We ended up on 9 points, and the 2 best teams had a draw each and 3 wins. They ended up on 10, and only the top 2 teams go through. So that was a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. The boys played really well in their games, and it was actually nice to reflect on how they started out at the beginning of the season. They had a tournament back in March, April, compared to how they played on Sunday, so that was rewarding. It was good. Floyd says hi. Hello, Floyd. Hope you're enjoying school holidays, mate. I believe Dad was trying to escape to Auckland to get away from holidays. Aha! Now it's not working. Adjust that India deck down. There we go. That seemed to be the problem last time, was just adjusting that. So once it started going, it worked. I don't know. I wonder, you know what I'm going to do while we're here? Because we ended up buying the technology. We bought the Grimmy Evo. I'm going to, because this is the same width, grab the Roper. difference. Different hopper. Capacity difference? 10 or 9. We'll go for the big one. What's the silver edition? That's not worth 5 grand. Right, we'll just lease this. Let's lease this and see how it goes. Okay. What we can do is we can park that at park this park a trailer at each end, and then someone can just let's go have a look. Let's see what we can do with this. Oops. Yeah, I shouldn't have changed it in cab view as I was going over the corner. So, anyone know if any modders are working on the new 9RX? I haven't heard of anyone doing it, Eric. I haven't heard of anyone doing it. You're enjoying your... So you're on holiday at the moment, Shea. Are you away on holiday? Off to Birmingham on Saturday. Nice. Nice. Thomas, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Sorry I haven't got to you. Not next one. Technically start harvest tomorrow, cutting the beech. So is that one that you cut down with the swather and then pick up with the header? Remind me, we've talked about it before. Remind me what beech is. That's like something nasty you can track from the wrong places. Alright. Let's see if the roper is better than the Grimmy. G'day Mark, how you doing? Pleasure to see you. How's things? Currently in Burnley. Looking after Mum. How is Mum alright? There's a gate there. I had to give it too much space to swing and now I'm stuck. Goodness. Oh no, and now I'm closing the gate. No. Oh, don't tell me it's completely stuck. This is fantastic. Good job, Argsy. Expert streamer. Look at the birds up there. Anyone else seen those? Oh, I did it again. Badly infected knee, which meant a couple of weeks in hospital, at home, but on IV antibiotics for another 5 weeks. Oh, I'm pleased you're able to get that sorted out for her. Hopefully the antibiotics and everything do their job. Doesn't sound very pleasant at all. Right, let's try this again. It's been in your hometown, sure. There we go. Tell Mark all the good places to go to. Yeah. Yes. 6 months of oral antibiotics. Crikey. Alright, we'll leave them to carry on down that end. Let's go. We'll smash open the middle of this field. So thinking a little bit more, or explaining a little bit more, this is typically how we would have harvested potatoes back in the day. Take the end off and then look at all this manoeuvring space you've got. That's quite a nice way to do things. Alright, let's try this one out. Get some rows going on it. Oh, Burnley's your home team as well. Oh, there we go. Right, we want to go working direction of 9-0. Yes. Right, see if I can turn some lines on here. Alright, let's see. Now, is this one... Well, that's an offset. I'll change that. What options do I have here for lift harvester, fold harvester, move bunker up? So I'm assuming I'm going to press O. Yeah, so I can't harvest with it down. So it's exactly the same. Same config. Australia. Here we go. Right. Mark conditioner, then rake it. I'll see the bale it, right. What is, remind me what features again, Ryan? Is it a grass type crop? Or don't bother, if you're off, mate. All good, all good. Alright, let's have a look and see how we go. 25%. So you're going to see we're going to run into problems here and not have space to turn around. Likely soon it's cover crop, right. That was kind of what I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, we wouldn't have this awkward arrangement where we're now driving over a crop. It's alright, 42% full, so we'll get back down to the other end. Here we go. Well, the one thing I can say is the game connection is pretty good. Ooh, was that a trailer load? 6.9 for one trailer load of potatoes. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Pay for the lease of this harvest pretty quick. So we, like I said, we decided we'd sell them. We'll look at the prices. Potatoes currently 222. Peak's about 250, 260-ish. So we're probably, what, 15% below peak price. Kind of in between low and max. We figured it wasn't worth the, because we've already got 600,000 litres sitting on the ground anyhow. It wasn't worth keeping them and having to have a whole lot more loading to do. Plus, by the time those ones in the next field are ready, it'll probably be another 2 months' time and we'll be able to make big money off them. So, get some cash moving. Some cash moving. G'day Irish Connor, how are you? Good to see you, welcome. I don't remember which button it was that raised and other things. So we're going to be, what are we going to be? Axelson's 80s, alright. What he might get full before Hyper got back. Should be okay. Here we go, there's Hyper now. What it does mean is if we're both harvesting and just unloading at one end, although Axelson's only here for another 15 minutes, so we'll be down to one anyhow after that. Let's have a look. Here we go, that one's spitting in straight away, no dramas. With this tractor as well, so maybe it's the harvester. Dodgy trigger or something like that. Ooh, let's get to the top. This harvester feels bigger, but I don't know if it actually is. Cheers everyone. Wednesday night. Always enjoy whiskey. This is a Australian whiskey that I got. I don't know what it's called now. Star something. Capacity wise, I think yours is a bit bigger. What was it? It was one I found in Australia when we were there, and I really wanted to try it. But I didn't want to buy a full bottle of it, and managed to find a little 150, 200ml one at the airport. So trying it out, and actually quite taken by it. I know you purists out there will say whiskey's only good from Australia, from Scotland. Nice to have some variety. Right, well, welcome along everyone. If you're only just tuning in, pleasure to have you here. So far all is going well. All's going well with the stream from the stream side of things. We've had a few issues again with the harvester down there that Axelson's running, but seems to have sorted itself out once we started getting some potatoes into one of the trailers. Funny little glitch. I don't know what's causing it. Don't know what the solution is. Don't know. I kind of want to actually try it out on base game with just base game equipment and see if it's an issue with that harvester or whether it's some sort of other issue. Not sure. We'll have to do a little bit of research into that. How are we ending up with a row here? Strange. Did I not hit a row last time? Frustrating. We've flat out lately, Irish, Connor. Hey Elder, evening mate, how you doing? Good to see you. Your mother-in-law brought some nice Australian whiskey when she came over. Ah, there you go. There you go, it does happen. Floyd reckons I'm not allowed to drive tomorrow. I'm actually working from home tomorrow, school holidays. Mrs. Oaks has done the last 3 days at home with the boys, so I'm on tomorrow and Friday duty. See how that goes. Colin, how are you doing, my friend? One question, Flathead, Phillips, or Torx? Been watching another YouTuber, Mr. CLP, he bought the Case Traction King the other day. I said something along the lines of it being overpriced. I'm in the Phillips camp. Colin? No justifiable reason. I did see a nice little meme post the other day of screwdriver heads, and it just had the Phillips and the Flathead as green ticks next to it, and then all 20 other varieties of screws had a red cross next to them. Forks are good because they can't, you can't strip them as well, as easily. I found that when we were building my deck, we used Torx on the deck screws. The Case Traction King has always been a bit of an enigma tractor for me. I know others have had problems with it. We used it on a long time ago, in 19 actually, on goodness, what was the map? Marksville, when we were playing on that with FSG, and it never really worked properly for me then. So I've kind of tried to steer clear of it as much as I can. So in saying that, did I use it on? I used it on the Aussie No Man's Land at the end of 25, did I? End of 22, possibly. The other bud, you love a good single malt, not a blended fan. I'm a big single malt fan too. The other bud. Wednesday nights is always a whiskey. I'm streaming on Wednesday nights. There is one blended whiskey I actually quite enjoyed, and it was it was aged in tequila casks. Something a little bit different, and I didn't mind that. It was okay. But normally definitely not a blended whiskey. Kiwis out there, if you are planning on coming to the first ever farming simulator barnyard meetup in New Zealand, 18th of October here in Fielding in the mighty Manawatu. 4 hours of hopefully fun, tractors to look at, a museum to go check out, bale stacking challenges, hopefully some other little surprises. I'm hopefully getting a parcel from Giants sometime in the next couple of weeks, which might have some little mementos to take away, which is quite exciting. So yeah, hopefully that comes through, gets here on time. So if you're planning on coming, please, !meet, please do go in there and sort out a ticket, just so I can make the appropriate plans, or finalise the appropriate plans. Great. No worries, Axelson. Thanks for helping, mate. Appreciate you jumping in for a bit. Getting chilly for you, Share. We're just starting to warm up just a little bit. Definitely cutting the edge off. Taking the edge off it. If you're flogging the screw heads, you're probably using the right size screwdriver. Very true. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Texas. Much appreciated. So we go. It's left for Hyper and I to what we can. Let's see how far we can get through this. Just want to get a couple of trailers. We've got 3 trailers now. We could actually fill up 3 trailers. Probably no point doing 3. Fill up 2 trailers. Fill them both down. Come back. Fill them up again. That's going to be the most efficient way. That one's only taken 50%, but that's because that row was a little bit small. I feel like this just seems to work compared to that last one. But I admit I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight with the stream. I had a few thoughts. I was going to jump in a multiplayer server, or try and do something single player, something on the map. Here we are. And I logged in and saw these potatoes were ready to do. I thought I have to get in and do those on the stream. Back in the right row. Okay. Gonna head off to bed. Glad the stream's working well. Looks great. Wouldn't worry about a few drop frames. It might be from satellite switching slide on. Yeah, I'm not too worried about them. It's definitely I haven't noticed them dropping. There has been a few. But yeah, maybe some fine tuning to be done. We'll see how we go. But thanks, Mrs. Prof. Appreciate the advice, and glad to think it's sounding. Glad to hear things are looking good. The beauty is that it's such a slow-moving game. Yeah, some drops in frames don't hurt either. Thinking of reality, it would be a good... Yeah, I was trying to reach a comment color and it's gone. You're re-looking at that one. Tell you what, we're not too far away from Islands fishing either, are we? Gonna roll around really quick. I can already feel at the end of the year, we're 3/4 of the way through it next week. The end of the year is just gonna steamroll. It is going to steamroll through. Always does. Moving right along then. What width did this one actually calculate as? It calculated 1.5. So that was the interesting thing with the Grimmy harvester last time. I think it calculated the width automatically at 2 meters, if I'm not mistaken. Even though it's meant to only be 1.5 like this one. So they have a slightly wider pickup than you think. Is that okay? Hyper's just saying it's 2.1. This is what it's picking up for him, so there you go. Potential benefit if the Grimmy works properly for unloading. Of course, the logical solution is to go for the bigger self-propelled ones. And if you're going to be doing lots of potatoes, right, I'll fill this trailer up one at 92. Well, shall we go for a drive and go and get some sold? If they're unloading, go away into here. I'm going to do it from in cab. So I'll get better. Beacons on. It's cranking. Now, can I go slightly wider on the field of view? There we go. Get a little bit wide, but good visibility this way. Don't have to turn your head. Alright, let's go. Hey, no worries, Fordig. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Great to see you. Great to see you back. Getting some things out there for the community. Looking forward to giving that Seedhawk and earcard and everything a proper try out. But yeah, glad to hear you back. Glad to hear you well. And pleasure to have your company here for a bit this evening. Thank you, mate. Alright, don't go sailing past, but I believe it's up here on the left. Somewhere. Go in here. Can't go sailing past because that's the end of the road. And it's the farmer's market, which is it? This shit. One of these. Oh, sweet. Now which is my dump button on here? Dump button on here? Okay. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. So, fix that. Put a button on here. I can use some typing. Right, there we go. 5.8. Right. Oh, yeah, I'd love to see what you're working on. The sneak peek can't go awry. There's a big Australian map in the works, which I think will be perfect for using some of your big gear on. So I'm looking forward to that coming out and having the chance to play on it. Good. Right. Still harvesting, well it looks. How is Winchester going? Progressing, Andre. Not as fast as I'd hoped, but definitely getting there. It's going to be the custom models that I'm trying to build that are going to take a bit of time to get them to look right. And then the town decoration's going to take quite some time, I think. I'm going to have to figure out a workflow to make that as smooth and pain-free as possible. I did a test last night with some footpaths, so hopefully I think I'm going to tweak them a little bit just to make them look a bit better. I was trying to be too authentic with the way the curb and gutter and that works, but unfortunately you then put it below ground and it doesn't work with the road, so I think I'll tweak that again. But yeah, all in all it's pretty good. Progressing, we'll get there. Certainly not one of those projects where I'm going to share it with you all and then not finish it. It's going to get done. Right, let's park that one there. That on the back in front, like that. Up in there. Keep moving. The Spuds to it. You're thinking it was modern kit and modern advanced tech. The fact you can find rigid frame tractors in that power band, I'd go modern every time. Nice, I'll have a look. I keep it to myself though. Remember how to change things. I have to have a shocked look on my face. We're building what? Ah. It's good. That looks like it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Take it easy, buddy. Good to see you. Hello, Nina. How you doing? Good. It is still morning. Good morning to you. You good? G'day, Amon. How you doing? Good to see you as well. Hello, hello, hello. Can we talk about our little Kiwi Formula 1 star? By the way. How good was that? How good was it to see him do well? Shame you couldn't hang on there with the Mercedes and grab a podium, but to know that he got that qualifying on merit was pretty impressive. And even more satisfying keeping Yuki behind him for those last 10 laps too. Minister of Defence, that's hilarious. So I don't know if anyone's seen that. It's been doing the rounds here in social media and news sites in New Zealand, but someone's edited the Wikipedia page for the Minister of Defence for the New Zealand government. And you go to the Minister of Defence page, it now says Liam Lawson is the incumbent Minister of Defence. It's quite smart. Very clever. Very quick-witted people out there. I also like the jokes about the radio call to Yuki telling Yuki to pull over because Lando had a bad pit stop and to let him past. I'm pleased Lando didn't take advantage, to be honest, Ben. I want to see Piastri. Piastri get up and do it. I know that's be unpopular with the British and amongst you, but much as we love to hate our Australian friends, it'd be pretty cool to see an Australian. Pretty cool to see him do it. Oh, come on, you've had Lewis and Jensen, and you've had plenty of winners lately. I'm sure around. You got some good brownie points for sitting there eating chocolate. Andre, what would you need to do to join the servers? Literally jump into Discord. If you're not a member of Discord already, exclamation mark Discord will get you there. And in amongst there is all the login details and mod details and everything else you need to be able to join one of the multiplayer servers. So it's as easy as that. Get the mods downloaded. I recommend using FSG model system. If you don't, then you can keep mods separate based on whether they're on the server or not. Starting. Yeah, I'm starting. I'm pressing wrong now to turn it on. Oh, it's because it's folded still. Here we go. Yeah, these potatoes will yield pretty well because we looked after them. The other field we inherited. It'll make a bit of a difference. Oscar can have it next year, mate. Oh, don't you jump on this, it's Lando's turn. Someone gave him a bar of Whitakers while he watched the race. Liam threw it out of the cockpit when he drove past, Bo. Yeah, for sure, mate. More the merrier. More the merrier. Yeah, come on, people. Clickety click. Hit that thumbs up. Drop a like. Chatting. That Fent does look good on the front of that harvester, I gotta admit. Gotta give it that. Yeah, definitely do, Andre. Definitely do. There's a whole lot of potatoes here, mate. Go well with the shrimp on the barbie. How are you, TJ? Everyone needs to subscribe or else. Thank you, number one cheerleader right there. Love it. Thank you, Floyd. There is lots of spuds, a lot of potatoes. How's things, TJ? Doing well? Been getting into the modding scene a little bit more, I notice. Done a little bit of conversion there, I see. Nice, very nice. Nismo, you go and buy a ticket. You go and buy a ticket to come to the in-person event in Fielding on the 18th of October. I'm sure you can schedule a trip through the Manawatu, have an afternoon in Fielding. You go and sort yourself out a ticket for that, and I'll go and wash my tractor. Wash my gear. And one fan. Indeed. Just finished shearing 72 lambs. And I remember a wee while ago, lamb was quite cheap here in New Zealand. It has gone up in price again. School holidays, Nismo, so I'm playing the juggling game. Yeah, they're doing alright. Alright. Oh, Hyper's struggling to unload again, are you? Oh, he's got it done. Yeah, no, they're doing good. It is more. Oops. No, not crashing into trailers like I am. It is my youngest's birthday next week. He'll be 12. Almost a teenager. It's a little bit scary. Well, 99%, that one's pretty much full. But would have been full if I didn't drop that into here first. I'm going to do some trailer runs by the looks. We're back off. Here we go. You're in Christchurch tonight, Nismo. Oh, nice. Hello, Yoss. How you doing? Nice to see you, mate. You're 12 too. You got the intellect of a 12-year-old. A little bit too tall to be 12, to be fair. Alright, fire away bow. Might need this. Yeah, so you've been working with BC Bueller, that's cool. Did you reach out to him on that? Touch tallness comes early. Do you know, I saw that today on Facebook. Yeah, I saw it today on Facebook. You stole that. Funny. Did laugh. I did chuckle at it too. I was like, that's kind of clever. Kind of clever. He reached out to you first. Ah, nice one. There you go. It's nice to see people collaborating, working together on things. For the greater good, right? Ooh, that's not quite the right bow. Yeah, I didn't. I saw he was on the BDD's Gaming's some interview show that he does that I was on a wee while ago on the weekend, but I didn't have a chance to catch it. Go back and rewatch it, some of it. He seems great, yeah, because you've done the straw stuff with them, eh? Yes, of course, of course. How did you? Can't claim it. Ah, you can still claim it. I don't care. Doesn't worry me. Definitely not going to get as far through this field as we did the last one. Does this field bigger? Is it longer? Remember now? No. What's the size? 10.8 field size. Oh, it's actually smaller. Okay. There goes that rationale. See you, Bo. Thanks for the dad joke. Nice to see you, mate. Hope the rest of the school holidays go well for you. And yeah, don't forget to buy your tickets. Oops. Get along to the first ever New Zealand community event. First ever barnyard meetup. It could quite possibly be the first official barnyard meetup under the new cultivator program too. Could well be. Hyper, I reckon we just park them both at the same end and just unload every second round. I don't know, what do you think? Don't mind either way. Alright, leave that unloading. I'll go and empty this one off. No drums. Put you in New Zealand in my link next time. No, I wanted to dominate the sim farming barnyard meat and have the only barnyard meat shortcode. Best and best dressed, mate. I mean, I'm sure you've got the power to delete it and all that sort of thing. Exactly. But yes, I can make sure we do that. Good idea. Lights on? They were on. You're not already. For the next one, yeah, absolutely. It makes sense. I hadn't even thought about the fact that for anyone else to use Barnyard Meat is their short code for the sim farming link. Do you know I had an idea actually, Yoss? I don't know how easy it is for you to do it or not. Could you put a QR code creator in for the link as well? You thought about that? I don't know how easy or not that would be. It's on your list. Ah, there you go. Yeah, no, you can't put AG in because that's my initials. If I'm not allowed to use just the New Zealand. Oh, sorry, if I do New Zealand. Through. Hey Phoebe, how you doing? Oops, we must have gone too fast through and lost the trigger. Nice to see you as well. Thanks for stopping in. Ah, is this trailer smaller? 25, that's 6 grand. We had more than that last time. Right, let's roll back into the field. Might drop this trailer off and pick up the other one. And maybe just use this as an overflow. I don't think we're going to have any overflow with just the two of us yet. Kind of impressed actually with the internet. Using Starlink tonight, that the actual connection to the game feels better than I have had in a long time. I'm kind of excited by that. Potential. Wrap this around here. There, and hook up to this one. Let's leave that there, turn off our beacons, jump on out. Go into here, and we'll get going again. Starlink's what used to play on the servers in 22. Ah, there you go. So this is the first time I've actually plugged Starlink in directly, so it's hardwired into my PC. I've only ever used it with Wi-Fi. It's like I'm intrigued. While I'm streaming, let's have a look at what sort of speed test I can get. Alright, boom. If this breaks this stream at all. So currently 60, 65, we're going to touch 70. Yep, going more. At 75 download. It's starting to lag the server a little bit, but 77 megabits per second download and over 40 megabits per second upload. moment. I'm just dipping under 40. Set at 41.6, ping of 25 milliseconds, that's to Auckland. That's light years better than what my previous was. Light years better. Right. Just going to double check. Let's have a look at our map. Yeah. Everything. No red or anything left behind. Okay. You're going to try and jump in via hotspot because the Starlink dish is out of range from the dongle. Well, it could be interesting, TJ. I don't know, Google this whiskey, see if I can find it. Australian whiskey Starwood. There it is. Starwood is the whiskey. I've got the Starwood Nova. Okay. I like the bottle. The bottle's, let's see. Bottle's what excited me the most. It's the whiskey we've got tonight. I think Mr. CLP was going to try and pull an 8-metre drill behind the Traction King would reach around 250 horsepower before he'd be on its knees with a 6-metre machine working on the 25 horsepower per metre rule of thumb. I hadn't seen that before until recently. So for some reason I saw that, something I was looking at, I don't know what it was. Alright, trailer's just about full again. Let's see. It's not coming down my road. Oh, there's my row. Not claiming ownership or anything. Downloading 3 mods before you can though. Fair enough. Fair enough. But the 25 metre horsepower per metre rule of thumb should mean you can use a 10 metre drill. Would it not? It's 10 times 25 is 250. Hey Jason, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. You just got here. You've been at Henty Field Days. Nice. Had Ryan was in here before. He's been at Henty as well. Now, big question though. You're a green man. Did you get to drive the 9RX? Just get to sit in the driver's seat, or have they not let you near it at all? So Ryan shared a photo of that, along with the big balls of grain cart that he said was heading their way. How's the day anyhow? Farmers buying equipment, are they? Or are they all just sightseeing? It's interesting because our government's making big noises about the fact that our primary industries are doing well at the moment. But you probably find a lot of them are doing well and using it to repay debt rather than actually do anything with it. Buy new stuff. Good evening, Elsa. How you doing? Nice to see you. Can't drive anything. These all static displays won't be impressive until you put something behind it to make it work. Was it parked next to a looked like a big air-seater behind it, was it? The Go air-seater? Pulled the keys outside and failed the horn test. No one's driving it, TJ. Jason works for John Deere though, so I thought maybe he could have had some special privileges somewhere. Nice to have you here, Elsa. How's things over in WA? Oh, I hadn't actually noticed the tractor had gone. Oli and 9650. Right. Lipsqueak, baby. It looked pretty big in the photo. If anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, have a look in the IRL photos channel in Discord. Where Ryan's shared a couple of photos. Okay, including one of the John Deere. Alright, let's go down and finish this middle part of the field, at the very least. Something done from our efforts. Gearing up for harvest season. Very good, very good. Keep on having these grand plans of taking a 3-month break from work and going and driving a tractor somewhere. A row of shame. Is it a row of shame though when it's guidance steering's fault? Alright, it's an interesting one, because where am I? I don't know. Do some sophisticated in-cab driving. Gonna pump that. Sometimes wish that the speed in cab you could turn your head just a little bit faster. That would affecting your outer cab performance. Mr. Share got your tractor calendar. Nice. I've got a John Deere calendar on my wall above me. When I brought my ride on John Deere. Sent my way. One of their guys came in and dropped it off. I feel like I'm running down the side. No, we are getting it. Are we? No. really, do we? That hard. That one. That row there. Send you a message for QR. Oh, I've got a QR code done already. Yes. I used a generator online for one. I have got one. Enjoy your lunch. The green 785 case looked impressive. Ah, nice. Future feature. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Ryan said the same thing actually. Ah, logo in its center, that's clever. There was ones that I've used online. What does that look like actually? I have to look now. Oh yeah. This one oh, you're gonna be able to see that? No, it's gonna glitch out again, isn't it? Alright, right there, you can't actually see it very well. There you go, that one's got my logo in the middle of it. This one I used it, my little postcards. I'm gonna run inside here, and ooh, did I stop in time or did I hit him? I think I stopped just in time then. But that was a free one, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool if you could do it through sim farming. Looks better than in red. The Steiger colour's I've always found it a bit strange. Well, not strange, but it didn't feel right. But actually, you know, seeing it on that big Steiger, it did look good. I got to agree with you there. Right, let's just pick a row and go down it. Let's lower the header so it picks it up, instead of just driving straight down there and not doing anything. I had. Thought I had, clearly I did not. This time. Red doesn't suit the iconic name, that's fair too, Jason. See, those like... Actually, I didn't say, those kind of tractors I just don't see. At least in the region I'm in. But when I was in the Hawke's Bay Sunday and a half ago, I saw both a John Deere 9R and a Steiger, a wheeled Steiger as well. And I did see the wheeled Steiger at the field days here 18 months ago, so I've seen them. But yeah, not something you see too many of. Certainly no farms around here that have a fleet of them, like there is in other parts of the world. Maybe down in the Canterbury region, there could be a few down there. Maybe around Winchester even. So next week we are going to be away for a few days up at visiting the in-laws up in Tauranga. take the chance, take the laptop away, make sure Blender's all up to date. Get a chance to do a little bit of work building some models for the map. Good use of time. It's not very practical to be building the map, working on the map itself on my laptop, but Blender's probably something I can make do with. Stagger with the wheels looks pretty cool. I can get on board with that, TJ. You've got a demo K-Heart spider drill coming out to the farm next year. Do you know of any mods for this planter? Not heard of any. I haven't actually heard of that planter before, Elsa. K-Heart spider. Exquisite that. Man, that's an interesting looking machine. That would be cool to have in farm sim. There you go, whoever says that there's no new manufacturers or makes or models or anything like that to add into the game, just needs to go and spend some time learning what's around in the industry still. There are so many brands. So many brands. Shrunk the Steiger hood and threw it on the new magnet. There. Right. Testing in Europe somewhere. Okay. Well, they tested in Europe. Suppose they got to test it somewhere, right? Got to test it somewhere. Never have too many types of seeders. An next show coming up on October 18th and 19th. They listed they'll have the new Case Quadtrax 785 there at the show. That'll be the one probably these guys have been talking about, which has just been at the Henty show this week, which is the green Steiger version of the 785. you go, you can get a demo of that to go with your drill, Elsa. And sweet talk the dealers into that one. 6 weeks to the day that Highlands DLC comes out. Yeah, don't carry the 2, -3. Don't forget about that day. I don't know. It sounds about right, Ben. Sounds about right. 10th, isn't it? I had it on my calendar. Highlands Fishing, 5th of November. And we are on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is indeed 6 weeks to the day. Then to try the new fishing out. Yeah, new fishing's going to be good. I think Tokyo Game Show's coming up soon. Is it maybe this weekend? This weekend? And you remember they were at Tokyo Game Show last year with Farmsim, so worth keeping an eye out to see if they are there again. 2025. 25th to 28th, and is indeed this weekend, so you keep locked and loaded on that one, I would suggest. Ooh. That'd be interesting actually, Hyper. I was just asking if the DLC is going to have a fish and chip shop. I tell you what, if it doesn't have a fish and chip shop, it will have one pretty quickly. Start working on a mod for. No, too much to do actually. Don't do that as well. Mix and match your set of bars and tanks just like the majority of farmers in WA do. Oh, here's TJ loading in now. Yeah, I mean it's a case of doing what you can, right? There's only so far that the game can go. I mean, there's not. The sky is the limit, of course, but it's all about, you know, as much as it'd be great to be able to do what gets done in WA is, you know, what about what happens in New South Wales, and then what happens in wherever else and wherever else. Where do you draw the line? So, and that's just one country. Imagine all the rest of them. We're on a collision course here, Hyper. It's not going to end well. DLC release live stream. Yeah, actually, good point, Ben. Quite possibly could be. Quite possibly could be. 2 old Steiger tigers still running their fields. Hey, if it still works, Elsa, it still works. Hey, hard is Canadian. Oh, okay, here you go. Every farmer suddenly farms fish and grows potatoes only.
Oh wait, hang on.
Alright, TJ, you've got a choice. You can come and harvest some spuds, or you want to take over, run some trailers down to the sell point. You're welcome to do that too. Entirely up to you. Harvested 1 hectare according to the yield monitor up on the top there. You're chewing through it. Chewing through it. I'm not going to get it all done tonight.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Is my mic on?
Run a harvester? Okay. You can take over mine if you want. I don't mind doing a few trips to the sell point.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I hear it in the delay in the stream. Let me just try and find the button to turn that off.
Because the other thing to remember is coming up a week before we do our event is we're going to be doing a live stream with the Country Trust. We'll be part of that with Mr. CLP, Scroft, Farmer Cop, Virtual Farmer. No, I don't think Virtual Farmer's going to be there. The Farm Sim guy. Getting in and having some fun with that, so that is going to be a blast. I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing, but we will be having a heap of fun. That's guaranteed. Right. Oops, that's me crashing into the trailer. There's going to be a room for both of us. 86%. Alright, there you go, TJ, you take that. Alright, he's gonna move. You go at the other end. You got pings in the thousands. Alright, well hopefully you can drive a harvester in a straight line then. I'm a ton is another one. It's gonna be there. Oh, how does that get on? How do you get on with that? There's a little bit of friction there, is there, Elsa? You're running John Deere's and the parents run case. Tractor's a tractor, right? As long as at the end of the day it can plant your crops and harvest your crops, or help harvest your crops. Stream is very clear. I'm pleased. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Thanks for the update on that. It's been a bit of an experiment tonight. I was very nervous heading into it that we were going to be stuck with a stuttery, dropping frames, losing connection stream. So I have been very, very pleasantly surprised and kind of kicking myself for not having tried using the Starlink more frequently, earlier. The word I'm looking for. Sooner, earlier. Yeah, to pick it down. There you go. I'm going a little bit further through just because I'm worried I'm going to hit the top. Oh no, it's high enough. We might have been hitting on the roof. We definitely won't. Parents will see the lighting effect. Jason, always a salesman. Hey Darren, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Reckless Media, how you doing? Just subbed after looking on the FarmSim website and stumbling across the community cultivator section and saw you're a fellow Kiwi. Nice to see one of us made it on that list. Oh, thanks, mate. Yes, I am a fellow Kiwi. It's time to plug my fellow Kiwi event. Exclamation mark meet. M-E-E-T. I was going to say event, exclamation mark meet. Because I'm holding an event in 4 weeks time, 3.5 weeks time, 18th of October here in the Manawatu. I don't know what part of the world you're in, Reckless Media, or what part of New Zealand you're in, but yeah, I'm going to have a in-person event, kind of a barnyard meetup, which is part of what the cultivators were going to do, but mine's a little bit different to what Giants had intended, but I've partnered with TRC Tractors, which is an AGCO dealer here in the Manawatu. Going to have an event at their showroom, set up a couple of PCs, Do a little bit of bale stacking, a bit of a play around. Head down to a local museum which has some agricultural equipment, get that out. And yeah, just get some of the community together. Hopefully have some giveaways, some goodies to share with you also. Into it. Got disconnected, TJ. Well, that didn't last long. Bang on from what you've seen, Ben. Nice. Hotspot couldn't handle the spuds. Alright. Too many potatoes for the hotspot. Oui. Oui. Jeffer. Oh, not at all reckless, not at all. Well, if this one all goes well, there's certainly plans to try and hold some more frequent events, or at least more regional events in the future. So certainly Waikato would be somewhere that would be on my hit list. Canterbury, definitely the number of people who've commented and said, needs to do one in Canterbury. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if this one's a success, definitely keep an eye out for that. Maybe even try and do some stuff with the field days in the future. See how things go. Practice choice, especially around us and in America, is down to dealers. Here in the UK, you're better provided for. We've got well, actually, so I'm in New Zealand, Colin. We've got a great selection now. Certainly 10 years ago it would have been predominantly John Deere, few Case. When I was growing up it was a lot of Fords, things like that, but now, you know, there's class tractors, easy to get. I'm just trying to think of the dealers that are around us. So we've got the Agco dealer, so Massey, Fendt, Valtra all covered there. Got the class covered, JCBs, of course John Deere and Case. We've got Kubota. What else is there? They've started bringing in Landinis. What other tractor brands there are that we have quite a lot of around. But yeah, regardless, there is a very well represented cross section of the main tractor manufacturers, that's for sure. R9 finally got a channel with New Zealanders and Aussies. They've finally found a channel with New Zealand. There you go. Different people. That's alright, TJ. I know who you are. I haven't been able to drive with this much freedom on a multiplayer server in ages. I'm not actually scared to put my foot down and turn when it comes to the end of a driveway or out onto the road. There's a little bit of precision in having to leave it out, but man, I'll be blown away by this. Some nights I'd be scared to do this. Be scared I'm going to end up over the fence or into another field, but it's ridiculous. What's my ping at the moment? 95? I think last time I streamed on this map I was on 140. We did the last Spuds. Okay. hyper, should make it easier for them to unload at this end. Yeah. So, what have we actually made off these so far? Not as much as I think. Feels like a lot. What am I trying to look at? Under this one and finance. Still getting used to these. Harvest income, 42 grand. So we've at least covered the. Oh, it was 10 grand for leasing the one harvester, but we would have paid a little bit more for something else. Might have leased a trailer. That's right. I haven't set up an event on Facebook yet, Reckless, but that's actually a darn good point. Maybe I should do that. I've done it through Eventbrite because there is a slight cost to it just to cover the museum entry and refreshments. Certainly not doing it for any benefit to myself. That would be counterintuitive. But yeah, type in !meet, MEET, and it'll give you the link for the Eventbrite stuff. But yeah, maybe I should set up an event on Facebook. I hadn't thought about that. Good point. There you go. That should bounce you back a link. Right. TJ's down there sorting that one out. Go and have a look at how full that trailer is. Precision aspects of John Deere, rotating crop tendency underside to the previous 7-inch crop rows. What are your main crops you're growing, Elsa? What's the main things you're working on? That one is quite full. Bullish. %. This field's going to need ploughing, understandably so. The weeds in there. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. We've got some crops coming up though. That's going to be ready for harvest soon. That is our oats. We've got some canola over the other side. And a little bit of barley. So those are all actually quite well staggered. More potatoes there as well. Grass needing mowing. And then, as per normal, we have swagger contracts. You know what we should have actually done? We have a potato harvesting contract. Surely that uses self-propelled. No, it's not. Sugar beet. A couple of sugar beet ones. That wouldn't be a bad one, is it? Good value in some of these contracts. But I do think we've got the. We did have one of the contract mods which sort of made it a bit better. 61 tonne per hectare, best yields you've ever seen. It is potatoes though. It is potatoes. How often do I run live? Do you have any save that you run with subs? I'd love to get into some gameplay with someone other than AI Helper H. So I live stream every Wednesday night and every Sunday morning, Reckless. So this time, basically 9 PM New Zealand time till about 11, a couple of hours, normally on a multiplayer server. So we've got 3 or 4 servers we run through the community, but I'll normally try and jump on a multiplayer server and do some work on one of those. But at the same time, there's always others floating around on the multiplayer servers. We've got one set up that's running multiple farms. This server and Etruria, the Italian map, are running single farms, where you just basically jump in and do whatever there is that needs to be done. Because neither of them have seasons on, so you can basically plant anything anytime, so there's always something to do. But the multi-farm one's a bit more realistic and does have seasons running on it, so yeah, there's always something. Hopefully TJ unloads when he gets back down here. We'll be good to go. Piper's caught on us, we'll back up. Oops. But you can find all the infos on Discord. There's a few Kiwis that float around, a few Aussies, UK, Europe, all sorts. You lost your internet share, did you find it? Did you found it? Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't like uh-ohs. And he's gone. Oh, thanks for trying, dude. Been there. Know how frustrating it is. The one thing I do tend to host them more US based, so I'm playing on 90-ish ping at the moment. Actually even below 90, it's 85 at the moment, it's nuts. So that certainly is one of the things, but just because I'm trying to create the best experience for as many people as possible. At the same time, we have talked previously about setting up an Aussie New Zealand hosted server. And I know there's a new map coming out from Aussie Modding Co-op, which could be a candidate for that, so. Right. Well, we've made a bigger dent in this field than I thought we would. Too much left to do actually. So that chunk over there. I'm actually having two running and not too far to get to the sell point. It's not too bad actually. The game was frozen me while the tractor kept going into the trees. Yep, it did. Nice to be able to get a second perspective on it, right? So I think we might just run this last load down. We might call it quits before I stay up too late. Making a conscious effort to be in bed before midnight this week, particularly. So no live stream this weekend because we're doing son's birthday, and no live stream next Wednesday, unfortunately. So we're going to be away in Tauranga. So hopefully we can get back to it following weekend. Depends when we get back. Might not even be, might be Wednesday 2 weeks from now. Might actually be the next live stream to do. See how we go. Wheat, barley, canola, along with irrigated sorghum and corn. That's a nice variety. To overshoot that field access all the time. It's kind of a bit overgrown and hard to spot. I always love driving around on other people's maps just to get a feel for how I've created things, sort of the atmosphere that they create with their landscaping, or you know, field entrances, use of trees, kind of things. Always learning from those. Every chance I get. Cheers, TJ. Take care, buddy. Catch you again soon, mate. If you can get that internet sorted and coming in lend a hand next time. All the merrier. Actually sounds straight past the tree. Oh, truly, it's a long way past. Alright, what are we going to get off this one? 7,000 bucks. Okay. Well, not too bad. Well, that only takes us up to 54. I was thinking in my head when I saw that first load was 6 or 7 grand. Oh, that we might be looking at 10 loads, maybe 70 grand out. So 54. If we get 2 more loads, we should definitely get 2 more loads, maybe 3. 54, another 777, another 21. That's 75 grand off that field. That'll be alright. Not too bad. How that would compare yield wise. Look at precision farming. It's finished at least. See what we got. Down my side of the road very well though, can't I? You're gonna make it to the end hype, you're not, are you? Come down and save you having to run, aren't we? Like chase. Sorry, dude. definitely going to be a... Well, there's already one more trailer there, plus this one's almost half full, so we're definitely going to get a few more loads out of this. Okay, that's good. Maybe 100,000. I think it's out of the question. Right, we'll take one more load down, and then we will fuck things up. I'll actually return that least harvester. Actually, funny, I didn't really even click that 25 doesn't have the bale stacking mode in it. It's still in 22. For some reason I just would have thought that would have been brought straight across, but nope. Right, so dum. This is the cheaper load, isn't it? This one only needs about 6 grand for this trailer. $6 grand. That's the other thing, actually. The harvest income doesn't take into account the precision farming bonus either. You want the bunker silo worker mod. What was that share? I can't remember that. Is that a 22 mod? Is that so you didn't have to ferment, you didn't have to compact your bunkers doing silage? Keep the tractor on the right side of the road this time. No, traffic's turned off. Sneak this one under here because I think this is our smallest trailer. Alright, that's us back. Let's just get this hooked up. Here we go. Job's a good one. Not far away from being done. Harper's done a stellar job actually. Looking at this, go back the other way. It's a good one to look at. So only a couple of passes there and then it's just this side left to do, so. Works are moving. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, on that note, everyone, I am going to call it quits for the evening. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in tonight. It's been a blast to have you here. Thank you all for the positive feedback well about the stream. I've absolutely been blown away by the fact that it's performed as well as it has. It was untested, so I'm over the moon with how well that's actually gone. Fingers crossed it's going to be a consistent thing too. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Will I be doing any series on any Australian maps in the future? 100% if I can, Elsa. Definitely have enjoyed doing Australian maps. I'm keeping an eye on what Hawks23 is working on at the moment. He looks like he's got another beaut of a map coming. Aussie Modding Co-op got their map coming as well, so let's just wait and see what they come out with. But yeah, looking forward to being able to do something else like that. But there we go. Thanks everyone, been a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for watching, Mark, nice to see you. Thanks Amon, Ben, thank you also to Hyper and Axelson who have helped out tonight, and to TJ for trying at least, mate. It was a pleasure to have you here. To everyone else who's joined in on chat, great to have you here as well. And yeah, like I said, probably no live streams for the next fortnight, just as I'll be in and out and about. But definitely once we get back, we'll be well back into things. So yeah, counting down to Highlands fishing as well. 6 weeks to go today, as been pointed out. Welsh sometime. All good, buddy. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. If you haven't dropped a thumbs up on the stream already, please make sure you do on your way out. If you're a Kiwi and are planning on coming to the meet on the 18th of October, please buy your tickets, organise your tickets, just so I have a... I know Kiwis are notoriously bad for leaving things to the last minute. Me included. But please, if you are going to try and make it, please do buy a ticket, just so I can start organising some things around catering and numbers and those kind of things. So let the venue know how many people are coming, all those kind of things. So yeah, if you can do that, that'd be fantastic. It'd be much appreciated. Anyhow, I'm going to go. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And we'll catch you in a few weeks' time. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.